Welcome back, everyone. DJ Ginter here, as always, with theskinman.com. And we are moving along with our reskin of Name That Pick. And in this portion of the lesson, we're going to actually change out the puzzle files for the app and insert our own. And it's pretty straightforward. You shouldn't have any problems with it. And without further ado, let's get into it. So again, I have the app open, and if you notice up here in this window, or in this area of the window, are some selections you can make. And if you click on the folder one, it will bring you to all the folders that are actually corresponding to your folders inside of the source files for your app. So these folders are all these folders in here. It's just referencing them, and this is where it's pulling the information from. So with that being said, if you go into the Name That Pick folder, into the Resources folder, into the Levels plist folder, this is where your actual puzzles are. And it's pretty simple. It's an array, image name, and you just put the name of the image and map it to where it's supposed to go. And the answer is this. This will be what's in the actual game. So the answer to this image is egg roll. Make sure you spell things correctly. You might find out the hard way that you spelled something wrong, and you'll get some mad customers that are spelling it correctly and didn't get the answer correct because you misspelled it in the app. So want to look professional, make sure you do this correctly, and you'll be fine. So anyway, right here in the Resources folder is the images, and as you can see, I am in the Resources folder and in the Image folder, and here are all the images that we're talking about here in this plist. So you can delete these, you can modify them, or you can add new ones. And to add a new one, it's as simple as this. So if you just collapse one of the items, not the root, but the item with the actual drop-down arrow, and you right-click it and copy it, and then go up to the root, highlight it, and then paste, you will get a new item here. So if I expand this, it's going to be a copy of this one here, which we don't want. We want to actually put a new image in here. So let's go get a new image, and I'm going to show you how to do it for free and get something that you can use in a commercial project very easily and quickly. You could also have a graphic designer do graphics for you, but why pay if you could just do this real quick? And since this game is more focused on social networking, where you send your own images from your phone or your device as puzzles, you shouldn't have to put a lot in here. I put 5 just to kind of get people's creative juices flowing, but that's it. I don't need to put any more. The user, the player, they're going to actually do it for us. So with that being said, let's go into Flickr, which I have open here in a Finder window, and let's do a search for food, since this app is a food-themed app. And you should come up with, hopefully, a whole bunch of pictures relating to your search. So make it easy on yourself. Pick something that's gonna that you're gonna find some stuff in here. You might want to research this first, just to see if there's some images in there that are available. So right now, the way it is, though, some of these images are copy protected and some are not. And you won't know that by first glance until you drill down into the actual image. But there's a great way to filter this so you can find only images that you can use. So if you click this little license filter and use commercial use allowed, it will now filter to images that are Creative Commons commercially available to use. And all these images are something that you can use for your project. Now, I will caution you that just because it's in here under Creative Commons commercial doesn't necessarily mean that the originator of the actual image is giving permission. And what do I mean by that? Well, this is a social image sharing site, almost like Facebook, but with images. And people could get somebody's image that's protected and then offer it commercially as their own. And you would know that. And if the original artist that has it copyrighted finds it, they can come back at you. With food, I'm not really that concerned with it unless it was a franchise type. Like right here, it says Pizza Hut. That might get you in trouble. However, most of these pictures here, like raspberries, this cheeseburger here, you should be fine with. It's not a big deal. Things you want to look into that might be a problem are logos, maybe football teams, that type of stuff. Could get you into some hot water. So just use caution. Use some common sense. Is anybody gonna, come after you for using their walnut picture? Probably not. And it's in the Creative Commons, commercially available. But if somebody did protect it and they sent you a letter saying to remove it, you would have to do that. But play it safe. Just get stuff that's going to be no worries. So walnuts might be a good one. Let's look down. I want to get something with a smaller name so we don't run out of room. I used this one already. This one already. Salad. We could do this one. It's probably an easy puzzle, but still, just show you how it's done. So if we click on this and we download it, I always select the medium one. Seems to work fine. It looks good in the game, and when we test it, we'll just make sure. So let's download this medium one, and here it is. And we need it to be a PNG file, and typically off of this site you're going to get a JPEG. But no worries, inside of Preview, which this is, if we go up in here and hit File, Export, we're just going to click this drop down here, and we're going to change it to PNG, which is the required file name type. And then we'll change it to something that's unique to us. And this isn't like the graphics in the game, like the actual graphics for the game, where you have to keep the stuff named exactly the same. You should name these what you want it to be and make it easier on yourself. And I'm going to show you how to set everything up. So right now we're going to save this into our folder, and if it doesn't automatically navigate it to, you want to go to the folder, images folder inside your game that you're updating. So if we hit save, there it is, just popped into there. So success. Now how do we get it into our game? Oh, and one more little tip too. If you go back and do more searches for more stuff, don't automatically assume that you're still on commercial use allowed. I found out the hard way after coming back to this page numerous times from doing searches. It doesn't automatically stay on here sometimes, and it's finicky. It doesn't do it at a predictable way or a predictable level. It's very random. So you may be searching here and getting a lot of pictures, and then all of a sudden you notice after 30 of them that it's not Creative Commons anymore and it's any license, and now you're bumming because you just spent a lot of time configuring everything, and unfortunately you are out of luck. So don't get in that situation. You'll have to go back and you'll have to fix it, and it's going to take a while. So just every once in a while, if you're doing a lot of these, just make sure it's still on Creative Commons, commercial use allowed. So all right, let's get into Xcode here. So now we have our puzzles, and we want to add this into here. So let's do that now. So we're just going to go into here, and we're going to change it to pizza. And we're going to make sure we name it exactly the same so it knows which file it is. And then for the answer, we're going to name that pizza as well. And this is what's going to actually be the answer in the game, what the individual has to type out. So let's clean this and see what happens. Okay, so it cleaned it, and I was hoping we would get an error over here, because if you look down here in images, these are the source files for the images that we have corresponding to the puzzles, and notice it didn't put pizza in there. And the reason it didn't is, even though you've done all this, you actually have to drag pizza into here. Did I name it pizza? Yeah. And it'll come up with this here, and you're going to hit finish, and pizza's going to go into here. I guess I'm hungry for pizza because this is a salad, no doubt. So let's go in here, and we'll change the name to salad. And just for the sake of argument, after I've changed that, let's clean it again and see if we get the error, just so you can see. Yeah, see, so pizza here, it's like, where is this now? I don't see it anymore. And the reason is because we changed it to salad now. So we're going to delete that. And we're going to go up into pizza. Change this to salad. And then we're going to change this to salad. All right, so let's do another clean. Oh, we got to pull the actual salad into the images here. Okay, and boom, there it is. Okay, so let's clean it. All right, so now we're going to test it. So let's test it on let's go for an iPhone 5 and give it a shot, see what happens. And this will take a little bit to come up. Hopefully, if you did everything right, you're going to be all set. I did have a problem with this earlier, and I made a recording, and I got all the way to this point, and it screwed up. So I'm hopefully, I figured it out, and I've told the right way. So let's hope it actually works in this instance. So fingers crossed. And just so you're aware too, as I said before, you want to make sure these are spelled correctly, so your puzzles aren't going to upset anybody when they get it wrong, and then they find out the reason they got it wrong is because you misspelled the word yourself. It just doesn't look good on you as far as from a professional standpoint. And you don't want to put a ton of these in here. The reason I designed it so you can send your own images is that you want somebody else to be creating the game content for you and not having to release update after update, which could be painful. So iPhone 5 is coming up. The bottom will probably be cut off just a little bit down here, but you should be able to get the gist of it here. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we'll hit play, and look, there we go. First image is the salad. Perfect. And there you have it. Now you should be able to do this with ease and have no problems with it. And if you come up with an error or something went wrong, just revisit this and go through it. Sometimes it takes a few times to get it. I know I've had some struggles with doing this myself in the beginning, and I feel your pain, everyone. So that's why I created these videos. So hopefully you aren't going to have the same problems. So with that being said, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next lesson.